pace with control of this race. Here comes a run from Davey Hazard. He blocks the 10. Not going to be enough. Ryan Pace is going to win at Talladega.
Curry trying to hold off Wilson. He's done a good job so far. Wilson, one last desperate attempt to the bottom. He won't get there. Nick Curry wins at Bristol.
Coming out turn number 2, coming down the back straightaway here. Looks like he's in a class of his own right now.
Merzlak, one final time, get around the 55, big time send.
He hits the wall, he hits it, he gets the lead, but can he hang on to it? Oh my goodness, he made it to the line!
Big push down the backstretch is going to give him a good run through the corners.
A little bit
Follow from the 1.
A little bit of contact there for second, but coming to the line, Toby Roberson's going to take home the checkered flag and victory here from the new Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Before I wrap things up here in this segment, your thoughts on the type of race we're going to see tonight? And I would have to agree.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to tonight's feature presentation of the HOBO Racing Cup Series season opener from the Daytona International Speedway, live on JTN. We're so glad you're joining us here from the World Center of Racing, Daytona Beach, Florida. Hello and welcome. As always, my name is Joe Twansky, and for the first time in 2024, we are graced with the presence of the one, the only, Mr. Ricky Collette. Ricky, welcome back to the JTN booth, and welcome back to the season opener for the HOBO Racing Cup Series.
Thanks, Joe. It's great to be back here tonight with you guys for another great night of racing on JTN. Daytona, like you said, the season opener for the HOBO Racing League. A lot of guys here tonight, Joe. Big field, 36 entries I'm seeing. Counting you and me, so snip that down to 34, and we got all the makings of a classic race here tonight, and I think everyone's going to be in for quite the treat here.
Big races in a season opener. You love to see it. Folks, this is your HOBO Racing Cup Series race preview, presented by AutoSim 2. 2.5 miles, you know the drill. It's the Daytona International Speedway. We're going to go for 70 laps tonight, Ricky. No stages, none of that BS, right? 70 laps. First one of the checkered flag is going to win it tonight. And more often than not, this race takes a couple turns and shuffles up who we think will be the winner. You know, the person that we kind of label as our favorite to win in the first 10 laps, more often than not, it seems like they're not there in the last 10 laps. How do you manage a race like this, especially with a large field?
Yeah, it's tough, Joe. It's a survival thing. You really got to be careful when you race at super speedways. To be up front early does not guarantee anything about being up front late. We saw in the actual Daytona 500 on Monday that you could be run up front all day long. One guy takes you out in the bad time, and you are gone. You are up in the fence. You are just like, you're paced on the pavement. You're just like a viscous goo.
Uh-huh.
And you don't want to do that. You want to be careful here tonight. You want to make sure that you are managing your race. You're keeping an eye out for where you are. You're keeping an eye out for the flow of the race. And really, it's a matter of picking and choosing your battles. You don't want to get into the end of one of these races. Requires luck, yes. It requires skill, and it just requires a little bit of thinking work, because you just got to make sure you're strategizing and deciding at the right times, is it worth it to be up here? Do I want to be leading this? Do I want to be in the back? And you got to play a little bit of a psychic game, you know? You got to be like, are they gonna wreck? Does it look like they're gonna wreck? Do they look like they're racing clean?
Well, and how first off, that was our first Rickyism of the year, paste and goo on the track. But how do you know, you have some experience at this track. I know you've won a few races on these super speedways. What are the signs that you're looking for that an incident is about to break out?
You can kind of see. You see when things happen. You figure it out pretty quickly, because think about Joe. A lot of wrecks will happen out of the blue. Sometimes you can't control them, but sometimes, it's that old saying goes, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. And if you see some guys making some aggressive moves, weaving around a little too much, if you start getting some close calls, like these guys are almost running into each other up there, that might be the indication to lean back a little bit and let everyone else kind of sort amongst themselves and reap the benefits for later. But again, none of this happens in a vacuum. There's so many other variables that you have to deal with at the same exact time. It's both totally in your control and anyone's guess at the exact same time, and I think that's what makes super speedway racing so much fun.
Super Speedway Racing going to be a lot of fun here tonight. Ricky, cars are rolling off here on the grid in happy hour. That means we have a starting lineup. Why don't you take us through it here to kick off the year?
With pleasure, Joe. For tonight's race here at the Daytona International Speedway, going to be having a field of 33 cars starting tonight, I believe. And sitting on pole at the time of 47.073 seconds in car number 4 is going to be Mr. Matt Stern. Randy Smith of the 10 car will be joining him on the outside spot in that second position at a time of 47.080 seconds. Herman Reese in car number 73 going to be starting from the third spot. Monte Keller in the 028 car will be rolling off from fourth. Rounding out the top 5, Steve Grant going to be starting in the 11th car. And from spot number 6, 28, old Mac Daddy Keith McLean going to be starting there. Spot number 6 tonight. Jester Kennis in the 31 car, he'll be starting from spot number 7 tonight. And Ron Simpson in the 25 will be starting from 8th. First weird coincidence of the night, Fugate in the 9 car will be starting from spot number 9 at the same time, tied in lap times with Ron Simpson, so I assume they just did like a coin toss or something there, Joe. But Fugate coming out on the back end of that, getting that 9th starting spot under Ron Simpson. 112 car of Eddie Rayleigh going to be starting from spot number 10, and Bob Gibson, the 46 car, will be starting 11th. Rolling off from spot number 12 is going to be the 95 car of Wiley King and Harry Kodiak in the 13 car. Look at this, starting at spot number 13. That might be an omen here. Frank Bombi in the 27 car will be starting for the 14th position. And from spot number 15 is going to be car number 77 of Daryl Johnston. Duke Sorensen, the 59 car, will be starting for the 16th spot. And our first of the Rubinos, Steve Rubino, will be starting from spot number 17 in car number 07. Actually, the only Rubino here, my bad.
Yes.
So, single Rubino here tonight with Steve Rubino in the 07 car. From 18th spot, 00 car going to be piloted by Gary Jackson tonight. And 19th position is going to be car number 87 of Everett Lintz. From spot number 20 in car number 5 is going to be Joe Peacher, and spot 21st is going to be occupied by car number 22 of Jason San Diego. Rolling off from spot number 2 is the number 2 car of Larry D, and DJ Hinsky, the 14 car, will be starting for the 23rd spot. 24th spot goes to the 69 machine, going to be piloted this evening by Mike Erickson. And Caleb Lingle in the 113 car will be the last car to take a time in qualifying tonight. And he'll be rolling off in that 25th position. Rest of the field picked on a random draw. Andre Mangion in the 66 car will be starting from 26th. 27th will be Mark DeSenza in the 33 car. Rob Heath in the 7 will be rolling off 28th. Spot number 29 is going to be the 023 car of Jim Gately. Julian Wilson, the 029 car, will be starting from 30th spot. 31st goes to the 94 car, Ken Hansen, and from spot number 32 is going to be the 016 car, going to be piloted this evening by CCRA Semo. Rounding out the field in spot number...
Did you lose count?
32, I just said. So 33 is going to be Rick Castle on the 124 car tonight. And actual rounding out the field, I missed one car, Joe. I can't believe I missed him. Last spot in the 68 machine, going to be rolling off for the 34th position, is going to be the 68 machine of BSR Brian Boyles. That's going to be your starting lineup for tonight's race here at Daytona. A lot of cars, Joe. A lot of breaths. A lot of quick reading and mispronunciations, which means we're going to be in for a good race tonight. That means there's a lot of fun guys here. Going to be ready to roll.
Ready to roll here. The
Hope I put you. I was afraid I put you to sleep.
No,
there for a
I
sec,
mean,
Joe.
I'm interacting with the chat. I'm trying to be better about interacting with the chat, and you were on a roll there, so I was like, I'm gonna let Ricky do his thing, you know? I'm gonna let him do his thing. He's gonna screw up the names, and I'm not gonna correct him.
We
And
got
that's
the other
okay.
Rubino in chat. We got Dan Rubino.
Dan's in chat. You know, Dan, we were told to send you some napkins, all right? We were told to send you some napkins. That's what Steve said. I have no idea what that means, but you know. Tristan says he's trying to study right now. Tristan, I hope we're helping. I don't know what you're studying, but I don't know.
D, all of the above.
Yes. Ricky and I mean, Ricky, I think we're pretty
Pythagorean
smart.
theorem is a squared equals a squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Wait. A squared equals a squared plus b squared,
A squared plus b
equals
squared
c
equals
squared.
c squared.
No. You messed it up. You messed it up.
What?
You messed it up.
How did I mess it up?
I don't know.
You tell me Pythagoras is wrong, Joe?
I'm not saying anything about Pythagoras, all right?
A squared plus b squared equals c squared.
Folks, we are going to get lined up and get ready to go racing here from Daytona. 70 laps around this 2.5-mile super speedway. It's going to be a fun night of racing. 33 cars on the grid to open up the year. Remember, if you want to get on in the action, head to HOBORacing.com. We have it linked down in the video description below, and you can join in. They'll be at Atlanta next week, following along with the NASCAR Cup Series schedule. Cars getting lined up on the grid as we wait the command to get engines fired here from Daytona Beach, Florida.
Drivers, start your engines!
As there is the command and engines are fired here from Daytona. Again, it's going to be Matt Stern rolling off on pole. Randy Smith to his outside. Herman Reese, Monty Keller, Steve Grant, Keith McLean, Jeff Stickennis, Ron Simpson, Fugate, and birthday boy Eddie Rayleigh there. Old Ray Dog rounding out your top 10 here tonight. Ready to go racing, Ricky?
I'm ready to go racing, Joe. I think everyone on JTM's ready to go racing. We had a long off season here. It's time for some boogity fun in the boogity sun.
You enjoy yesterday? Did you enjoy the races yesterday?
I had a good time.
I thought they were good races. I didn't like the winners, but that's okay. My opinions will
My
be
head
on...
hurt at the end of the 500 trying to figure that out, but
Well, you know. We're not going to have that big of an issue
yeah,
tonight.
I guess that's the old adage of filming, always be rolling.
Yeah, you know.
Maybe you'll have a blimp cam hidden somewhere.
That we won't show you.
I didn't realize, I had to. I was kind of fading in and out in the Xfinity race, but I did kind of go and watch some of it.
Yeah.
I was just tired.
Oh no, believe me, I fell asleep. Anyways, but we're not gonna fall asleep because this race is always fun. It's 70 laps, right? It's not a sprint, but it is. Here at Daytona. Again, Matt Stern rolling off with the pole. He's been so strong here in this February race. Looking to win it here tonight to kick off the year the right way in the number 4. Randy Smith won race 2 last year in that number 10 car out in Fontana. He's looking to also get off to another good start to the season on the outside pole. Pace car is going to make the turn down the pit lane. It gives way to Matt Stern. He will lead us to green as we get ready to go racing here in the 2024 HOBO Racing Cup Series, and we are green in Daytona. Lap 1 in the books. Matt Stern leads it from the pole. Ricky, it looked like he didn't get out to the greatest of jumps, but was able to rally back there down the back straightaway.
Yeah, definitely did. A little further back, though, Joe, Gary Jackson and 00 had a big moment there going through the tri-oval. Big bobble. Looks like they got it sorted. I don't know if they got together back there, but you're talking. I didn't want to jump over here and be like, oh, no, but saw him bobbling around back there. But, yeah, Matt Stern got a great run right now. Got the lead up top from Randy Smith, but you know Herman Reese down low is not going to take this sitting down, Joe. He wants to be leading this thing, so he's going to come charging right up on the bottom. Looks like we actually lost a car in line here.
That was our leader. That was Matt Stern.
Is Stern going to reappear?
There he is. Ricky, that was almost really bad.
Oh, there he is. Oh, they're wrecking.
Was that not who we lost?
Oh, 95 through the air. Oh, the 12's over. Oh, this is a big one, Joe. Oh, the 59's flipping. Well, Joe, on Monday, what lap did it start at? It was
6.
Lap 5. Looks like we made the lap 3 here tonight.
First caution of the night here from Daytona.
It was Randy Smith that was gone, by the way, Joe.
It was Randy Smith.
We said 4, and I kind of accidentally went with it. But I don't know if you see this, but coming through the tri-oval, I see the 10 materialize flying backwards. I don't know if that would be for you as well.
So we're keeping our camera, folks, on the 10. So that's why the camera is going to stay here in the middle of the corner. You're going to say, oh, man, what are we even looking at here, Joe? I still don't see him, Ricky. Oh, my goodness. There he is.
I wasn't kidding. Yeah, he was upside down for you, too.
Oh, well. Yeah, folks, sorry. You're getting seeing how the sausage just made a little bit there. This is, oh my goodness. He appeared back in. You might see a jump scare. Let's go on board with the 112. That's a jump scare, right? That is a jump scare.
Riley King's got a lot of rear end damage. That's a tricky part too, Joe, is that just like when the 10 blanked out, I was just putting my guard down on that because usually you know when someone's dropping out because it holds you'll like blink in and out, but usually it's like a couple seconds.
Yeah, they don't disappear for that long.
Drop. That was a very extended hold for the 10 car. I'm genuinely surprised that it didn't drop them out, but not much you could do there. Just bad timing and unfortunate circumstances.
What was the 69 doing?
Jeff Stickennis already out of the race, Joe. 27 also out of the race.
Bombi.
I feel for Jeff Stickennis, though. Got caught right in that.
On board is Steve Rubino with our HOBO Racing on board. Look at Steve shoot that gap. Jeez.
You definitely think he gotta check his blood pressure after that one.
I would say. So the big one strikes early once again here at Daytona. Ricky, how many cars have we lost from this race?
Well, right now, Joe, we only have 2 retirees.
Well, that's good. Got another one's up. It's Fugate now smoking. He is.
And another card down, Joe. 69 retires with clutch issues.
That's not clutch,
So
man.
we'll keep an eye out here, but if anyone else goes down, but I think that's going to be it. But that's a tough way to start the race for these guys. Very unfortunate. You really can't. That's like the video game equivalent of that's like the simulator equivalent of like rain on the racetrack.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just can't you can't predict what that's going to do.
Doesn't iRacing have that now?
I mean, yeah, I don't think you can race on an oval in the rain.
I mean, you could. All right, well, folks, working our first caution of the night here. HOBO Racing Cup Series season opener from Daytona. A special thank you, of course, has to go out to our friends at Team Speedland for sponsoring tonight's race, bringing us out here and our cameras to the racetrack tonight. So a big thank you to all of Team Speedland. See Steve Grant right now, team principal owner there, running third in that 11 car. Again, give those guys a shout out for sponsoring tonight's race and bringing us out to the racetrack. Welcome in, Barbara. Ann, Bino, Ben Snyder, Tristan, Magoo. See everyone in chat tonight. Hope everyone
Got the
out
lights
there.
out on the pace car here, Joe. So it looks like we'll be rolling back on lap number 8. Herman Reese still going to be the leader here. Now with Keith McLean in the second, Steve Grant in the third spot, Eddie Rayleigh in the 112, and Harry Kodian rounding out the top 5. Should probably also brought up, Joe. I mean, we kind of say it every time we do races at some point. Really, I should say it at the start, and I always forget to say it when I'm doing the lineup. Is that it's moderate damage tonight?
Yes, and that's not typical.
In an NR scope, that means it's gonna mess your car up, but it's gonna take a lot more to like super mess it up. Like rear end damage might not kill some of these guys in the back, but these guys with engine damage are the ones that had that engine shut off on pit road or basically limping around for the rest of the race. Just to break immersion there and to start talking about the video game.
Thanks, Ricky.
The funny video games.
Thanks, Ricky.
Yeah, no problem.
Ricky always keeps us on task, right, Ricky? Isn't that right? You're our
Yeah.
keep us on task
Do you
guy.
remember early on where we used to be like, oh, do we even say that? And then we started having people like straight up blink out, and it's like you can't really explain
You can't really,
it
you
without
can't
being
really
like,
ignore it at that
NR
point,
2003
right?
is a game made
Yeah.
25 years ago and held together by duct tape and rubber bands.
And love. A lot of love. All right, here we go. Get ready to go back green. Pace car is in. Herman Reese was control of the restart. Coming back to lap 8 of 70. Green flag. We're back underway.
Keith McLean wanted to get going. They were slamming on the back door of that 73 Cadillac like they had somewhere to be.
Well, those two teammates, I do believe, Ricky, they work really well together. I believe they're
Different
teammates.
manufacturers, Joe. They can't be teammates.
That doesn't mean anything. The Joey Gase racing cars, one was a Chevy, one's a Ford over the weekend. If they can do it in the Xfinity Series, we can do it here for damn sure.
Joe, please don't swear. You're gonna put the age rating up.
Do we want a JTN like unfiltered, or remember when we tried to do that and then neither of us actually took advantage of it?
That was fun.
That was fun.
Funny.
And then we had Tommy. He finished podium in that race, and everyone knows Tommy Bordeaux, of course. He just cussing up a storm in his post-race interview.
Always a fun time. I always just forget we're doing a broadcast and accidentally do it. 112 of Rayleigh, though, leaned on that low line there for a second. They got a little squirrely, but you see Steve Grant getting a big push from Harry Cody in here. Steve Rubino on the bottom following him in the 07. They don't have the numbers down low, though, Joe. I think they need some, a little bit more oomph there if they want to get alongside the 73.
A little more oomph.
A little more oomph on their boomph.
Oh. See Simpson now leading that inside lane. It's still Herman Reese out in front. '66 Manjan dropping to the bottom as well in that Chevrolet. Ricky, I think we can tell what guys don't have a lot of damage and what guys do.
So you think this whole pack 1, pack 2 thing? I don't know about that, honestly, Joe. Jason San Diego, the 22, I don't think had any damage in that wreck. A lot of these guys in the second group don't look particularly bad. I think some of these guys, like, splintered up behind, might be hurting a little bit. But I think the second group just stumbled a little bit on the start there and got put back.
Oh, we got a crash!
Oh, we got a car around, Joe.
Steve Grant's around in the tri-oval. Contact with Steve Rubino.
Oh, we got another car almost around, and they keep it straight.
That's 77.
Oh, now they keep it straight.
Oh, Wasso. What? Oh, contact with the 66.
Here for Steve Grant.
Say rough night?
Oh wait, no, never mind. That was a 10, not the 11 earlier.
Rough night for Team Speedland. Right? Teammates now both involved in both of these incidents.
So a rough night for that team is what I should say.
Yes. Yes, that is correct. Looked like Steve Rubino is going to be okay after that one, and we got a lot of Rubino fans in chat. That one kind of looks like the 66 is trying to clear up. Ricky, is that what you're seeing?
Yeah, it kind of looks like it.
From the driver's seat with Grant. And off the back bumper of the 25 of Simpson. Ricky, second caution of the night is out here from Daytona. Herman Reese leading the field down pit lane. A lot of guys making their first stops of the night now. Interesting to see if anyone elects to take tires here.
I wouldn't expect a lot of guys to take tires. There's ones at the back, maybe, but... These guys further back might take tires, but I think our leaders are just going to take the field literal. You see Keith McLean getting ahead of the 73 there, but Dale Lingle and Matt Stern actually jumped ahead of those guys. Wonder if they had less fuel to put in.
You'd have to think that, right?
I think so, yeah.
So Jason San Diego, he's out in front of the field. Gatley there in second. One of our newer entries here in the field. Folks, we'd love to hear your thoughts on the race so far. Tell us who you're cheering for if you haven't already. Make sure to, if you haven't, click the like button on the video and subscribe to us here on JTN. Again, doing so helps support us so much on the JoeTow Network, JTN. We got a great slate of races coming up here. Tomorrow night, TMP Winter Cup Series heads to the Lee Speedway. Short track racing, 8:55 p.m. Eastern Time for a double feature. Then Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action heads to Virginia and the Martinsville Speedway. Coverage kicking off at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the NSCRA, their annual Daytona 500K, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Friday, February 23rd. That's this Friday. And from Daytona. Daytona.
Do 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 do
Do
do do. That's my impression of a fax machine, Joe.
Well, you watch that Daytona USA 2 video essay that got posted?
What?
Did you see that? Dude.
What? The one you did?
No, I didn't do it. Are you kidding me? I wouldn't copy all my stuff from Wikipedia.
That was you, right?
No.
It was you.
No. We try to provide good content to people.
Well, look, every now and then you just gotta, sometimes when you're writing a paper, you just gotta use Wikipedia and pad out a little bit,
Use a thesaurus, change some of the words around.
First thought, though. That made me that was even me being like, oh my god, like that just my first I saw that and it just like
it made a lot of sense.
It reignited like an anxiety of mine. That was like, oh god, I'm writing a report right now and I have to figure out how to make this sound like I'm doing. I gotta figure out how to make my research sound like it's me saying it and not just me writing out what's in a paper. And then you just like change a few keywords and you're like, that's pretty good enough.
Yeah, this works, right? Yeah. Greg saying he's pulling for Steve Grant. Hope you're feeling better soon, Greg. Oh, welcome in, Mrs. Gatley. Hope we're saying your last name right. If we are not saying it correctly, feel free to let us know. Feel free to let us know. We want to make sure we're correct. Two car gonna be leading us back to green. And of course, is the one and only Larry D. It's nice seeing that Blanco deuce out in front of the field, Ricky. I kind of miss it. Not gonna lie, as a Brad Keselowski fan.
Joe, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Uh-oh.
I always preferred the blue deuce.
That's okay.
I mean that is a blue deuce, but what I mean is I thought the white was cool, and then I realized that how much I liked a blue base.
Yeah.
I liked the white at first. I think I just got sick of it after a year, and then it was like around for another like 5 years. It overstayed its welcome, is my point. But no use crying over spilled beer, as Larry D and that 2 car going to be leading them back here, waiting for the green flag to be up in the air, and here they come across the line. Lap 17. We're back racing at Daytona.
You got Miller Lite and Crown Royal out in front. Sounds like a good Friday night. Caleb Lingle's there in third. A Haviland Ford, and then a Cadillac. But there goes the Ford already getting to the outside.
Making a big move there with Caleb Lingle. Here comes a 28 on the bottom.
Yeah, let's go 3 wide for the lead.
Does not want to give Larry D some help here. 3 wide for the lead.
Larry D is hoping that somebody, anybody, please save me. That's what he's saying behind the wheel right now. See McLean there on the bottom. That 2 car getting split. He was the leader. He's now back into 6th.
Well, Joe, I think it's such a small pack at the moment. You can see this. It seems like they fractured up again on the restart. I don't think these guys are that slow from 10th on back. I think they just keep fracturing off because it's single file, and it just takes one person stumbling in line, and I think someone's not getting that fast on the restart. But what I'm getting at, it's such a small group right here, and this car going around. Brian Voiles is around. Ooh, the 029's around. Ooh, we got a car over.
Oh, man.
Brian Voiles over, up and over, on his roof, on his hood. Like a million thoughts have to happen at once, Joe.
Yeah.
I'll finish it later when we get a break on this.
Here's a replay. What happens with Voiles getting pushed by...
Do you see him making contact here, Joe? Or is that just me?
I see him making contacts. What do you mean making contact?
Like the 77 and the 68.
Oh, yeah.
They don't make contact on mine.
I
just wanted to check to see if that was just a me thing or if you also saw that.
Let's go above and overhead. Let's see. They don't make contact initially that looks like to send the 77 squirrely, if that's what you're talking about.
Oh, they don't?
No, but then they make contact
like
when they're
bounced
wrecking.
Off each other, like it was a bubble thing.
Yeah, no, they do that and then they hit each other.
Oh yeah, okay.
There's two motions, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough for the 68 though. He was gonna pretty much be okay, and then the 22 nowhere to go. Clobbered him.
Clobbered him, you said.
Absolutely clobbered him. That's how you know that's bad, is that the New England in my voice comes out.
Clobbered.
Freaking clobbered him. I could say freaking, right? That's
yeah,
appropriate.
that's fine, that's fine.
That's like PG.
Yeah, sure. Fudging, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, look at the 68. Look at he's literally in the wall. Look at that. That's crazy. That is crazy. You know, watch this, and do you want to go on board with who do you want to go on board with?
I don't know. Who do you think,
Go
Joe?
on board with 22.
Who would be fun? Who do you think would be fun all the time?
We've been told to use more onboards. Let's use some. Let's use them now. This is where you're like, oh crap. If you're chasing San Diego, it's like he did everything right, and then he slides down the banking because that pesky thing called gravity, you know. All right. Well, how you feeling, Ricky? How you feeling?
I feel pretty good, Joe.
Yeah.
Oh, my train of thought. Hang on. Before I forget about this. Before I forget about this, the thing we were talking about earlier, with those guys going all over the place, that 3-wide split for the lead. What I was trying to say was, because the field was split up there, we only had like 9 people up front. Really, you didn't have to, really, you don't have to worry too much about someone losing the draft, which I think allows you to make more aggressive passes like we saw there. If it was a different situation, I do think that maybe Stern would have stayed in line, and not Stern, sorry, the 28 of Keith McLean was stayed in line there. But I think those guys wanted to get going, and they knew that because in a bigger pack, you make that move, there's a chance you get hung out, you know?
Right. And I'm not, I'm not a towel, so like I don't want to get hung out to dry, right?
Oh yeah, you don't want to be a towel.
Oh.
Maybe you do want to be a towel. I'm not sure. That's a you thing.
I'm good. Good looking race car there with 023 Jim Gately. So I talked about Everett Lentz there in the mellow yellow Ford, one of those dark horse Ford Mustangs. We still got about another lap and a half here under caution. Ricky, I mean, it's been a long off season since we've talked with you again. I mean, what's going on in your life? You doing anything fun lately?
I'm having fun. Just boo-bopping around, bee-bopping among the world.
Mm-hmm.
How about you, Joe? How have things been going for you?
You know, they're okay. You know, like life's rolling.
Just chucking about.
Yeah, I mean, we got great schedule of racing this week. We're recording the Fake Racers podcast later tonight for the week. You know, life's moving, man. It's crazy. Who would have thought? Not me. That's for sure. Getting ready to go back green next time by. It's Matt Stern, the pole sitter, back out in front of the field. Ricky, this race has already been a little crazy, huh? About 20 laps in, 22 laps
Yeah,
in.
definitely. Definitely is made for a captivating event here tonight, though. What are you wheezing at, Joe?
You. Literally you.
What did I do?
Literally you. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. Or something. Alright, here we go. You ready?
I'm ready, Joe.
Matt Stern with control for the restart, coming to lap 23 of 70. Keith McLean, Caleb Lingle, your top three. Green flag. We're back on our way here from Daytona. Also, listen to Greg in chat. He said hit the like button. Hit the like button, guys. Come on. 29 watching, only 10 likes. What are we doing? Stern leads that lap. They're single file here. Things starting to calm down a little bit, Ricky, and the field staying together this time on the restart. I think someone might have said something. If I had to guess.
I think someone said something.
First car making a move to the bottom is Ron Simpson in the 25 Exalta Chevrolet. It's followed by Steve Rubino in the 07. Steve Rubino kind of ducking to the inside of that 25. Got Gately, DeSenza, and Grant there behind him. Gately now jump up into the outside line. Really, again, Ricky, right now it feels like these guys at the front, they just want to ride around. Guys at the back want to start trying to make up some spots as they always do, but it's hard to come by right now. As caution's out.
Definitely hard to come by, Joe.
Julian Wilson around.
How'd he do that?
I don't think he wants us to see how he did it. He is pushing the heck out of this 68 car, and then I believe we're going to see a little bump a grab. And it looks like bump a grab to me.
Bump a glab.
Bump a grab. AJ now down on pit lane. Rest of the field getting caught up. Ricky, if you could be any type of cheese, what type of cheese would you be?
A bit of a cheesy cheese, Joe.
What?
What?
What kind of cheese would you be?
I'd be.
That's a
a
thinker,
nice
isn't
cheddar.
it? Oh, a cheddar? You think you're a cheddar?
I think I'm a cheddar.
Okay, okay, okay.
Guys all down on pit road right now, just doing the thing. Joe, 28 laps of 70. I mean, what's halfway would be like 45?
Yeah, no, 35.
35. So, I mean, we're getting right there on that halfway point.
Greg says he would be Velveeta cheese. I mean, that goes for anyone
Velveeta
out
is
there. What
good.
kind of cheese would you be? If you were a cheese, what type of cheese would you be?
Answer in chat.
Answer in chat. Greg also says white American, great for dipping corn chips. Race fan 1973 Limburger. As a race car driver, I'd stink up the show.
Limburger.
Limburger cheese. Folks, again, can't thank you enough for tuning in to JTN tonight. Working lap 29, working another caution. We appreciate you guys sticking around with us here. Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday night as we kick off the HOBO Racing Cup Series season. Remember, if you haven't already, we encourage you to make sure you, first off, you click the like button. It helps support us. It helps support our friends here at the HOBO Racing League. If you want to get in on the action, you go to hoboracing.com. We have that linked down in the video description below. We also encourage you to make sure you are subscribed and click the bell icon. You'll be notified anytime we go live with new content. We're racing the next 3 nights here on JTN. TMP Winter Cup Series is live from the Lee Speedway. Tomorrow night, 8:55 p.m. Eastern Time, we'll kick off our coverage there. Then Bomb Squad Racing Cup Series action heads to the Martinsville Speedway on Thursday night at 9:05 p.m. Eastern Time. And NSCRA Daytona 500K is live once again on JTN Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Those races, much, much more, they're going to be live right here only on JTN, presented by our friends at SchemeHaven.com. Also, new episode of Fake Racers podcast with myself, Davey Hazard, Matthew Steelman, going to be available over on JTN2 this week. Should be hitting your feeds tomorrow, so you can follow us on your favorite podcast platforms, whether that be Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, whatever your favorite podcast platform is. We are on it. Encourage you to go check it out. Follow us on there, even if you don't listen. We appreciate it if you do. You can, heck, maybe you set automatic downloads on so we get download specs. But go follow us over there on the podcast. We love doing that each and every week, talking all things racing, mainly NASCAR, but we'll throw IndyCar and F1 into the mix when we feel it's relevant. And always a fun time over there on the Fake Racers podcast. Video format over on the other YouTube, JTN2. And then, of course, audio, again, on your favorite podcast platform. But again, the easiest and the best way to help support us is to make sure you're subscribed right here on our YouTube at JoeTowNetwork, right here on YouTube.com. But bored you enough, Ricky?
No, I'm good. Very
Ricky's
captivating.
Ricky's over here trying to figure out what kind of wheels he wants on his truck. I know it.
Oh, I already got the wheels on the truck.
You put the nicer ones on that you got?
Yeah, put tires on it too.
Did you match up the caps?
Yes.
Okay, all right. You're not
I know, it looks pretty
rocking.
good.
You're not rocking with some GMC caps on your Silverado.
Nope.
Good. I was worried there for a bit.
Nah, I got some good caps on it.
You're a truck guy now.
Yep. I got a pretty good truck, but these guys aren't racing trucks, Joe. They're racing cars, and that's what we're talking about tonight, race cars. Wiley King wants to go be starting on the apron here with that hurt car. Try to stay out of their way. Smart move by King.
He'll come down pit lane and give way to Matt Stern, our pole sitter, who will lead us back to green, coming to lap 31 of 70 from Daytona. 40 laps to go. Cars slip, sliding, and shuffling here down the back straightaway. They're doing a little bit of a dance. Ricky. Oh, we got one. A little bit of grab there. It's going to allow Monty Keller to get to the inside of Ron Simpson for position. They're juking and jiving back here just inside the top 10.
Oh, big bobble here for the 020 at Monte Carlo. Looks like he might grab the 07
Three wide.
a little bit from the back bumper.
Ricky, I'm scared.
I think we're having a fun time here, Joe. 56, giving a big push to the 07 car.
They really there in
Inside
second.
the 73, they're getting a big push from that bottom line. I don't know if they're going to start moving along here, but it looks like they might start to get the numbers here. As you see the 112 Rayleigh getting to the inside of Matt Stern. Eddie Rayleigh did not want to wait around anymore, Joe, and that is leaving Matt Stern high and trying that 4-car, but here comes help from the 28 of Keith McLean.
Keith McLean jumps back up into that outside line. You see Lingle pushing Rayleigh there in the 112. 112, 113 drafting on the bottom. 4 and 28 on the outside. It's a drag race through turns 3 and 4. 112 now clear. Does he pull up or stay loyal to the guy that pushed him to the lead? That's Caleb Lingle right now battling with Matt Stern for the second spot. Rayleigh gets the lap there, that time at the line. This 112 car, he's been up front. He was the subject of our jump scare there in that first crash of the night when Randy Smith went missing for about half a lap and appeared right in his windshield. But now he's battling for the lead. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. They're side by side. 2 by 2 by 2 by 2 here as the inside line starting to drift up a little bit, Ricky. Those tires, I'm telling you, I want to replace those tires at least at some point in this race if I haven't already.
You're definitely right, Joe. I think at some point those tires are starting to kind of bite the dust. I don't think they're bad, but I think that those heat cycles definitely lose a little grip. Might be something these guys have to keep an eye out for next time, as we're actually at the halfway point here, lap 36 of 70 of tonight's event. Eddie Rayleigh leading right now. Matt Stern in second. Third is Caleb Lingle. Fourth, Keith McLean. Fifth, Mark DeSenza. But everything changes so quickly right now. Leaders almost at a dead heat here coming down the back straightaway.
As they continue to drive side by side here. Ricky, we're coming up on some lap traffic. See Wiley King there slow. Being side by side like this, it's going to get a little tight. Going through turns 1 and 2 this next time around. It looks like Wiley's just going to pull off for him. Going up on Fugate next to the 9. You also have a second pack of cars that's developed. They're running single file. Why aren't they able to catch these guys as they're racing here 2 by 2 by 2?
It might just be that they don't have the numbers right now, Joe. They're also not that close together, which might also be creating some issues.
Issues? I mean problems?
Problems?
Really there, a little bit of contact. Saw the 112 get a little upset for a moment. Now the outside line, it looks like, Ricky, they will prevail here. Top 3, top 4 in that line now all clear. Oh, we got one loose blowing up. That's the 016.
Out of the way, though. Great move by the 016 to get out of everyone's way, get out of harm's way there. You stay green,
Caution.
You stay running here at Daytona. No, we don't. Looks like there's some oil down the track. They're going to throw the yellow flag.
See that car just go up in smokes. A couple of drivers happy to see a caution, I'd have to think. It's us a little bit closer on hitting our numbers tonight too. See everyone coming down pit lane once again here. Race off pit lane. It'll stay the same. Oh, Ricky.
Joe.
What'd you think of that truck race Friday night? How'd you feel about that one?
That was funny.
Yeah?
That was fun. Funny.
Yeah. So I felt the same way about the ARCA race then too?
Yeah.
Or did you not watch the ARCA race?
I did watch the ARCA race.
Oh wait,
It was kind of...
were we watching it together?
I think, yeah, we were.
Yeah, I wanted to go to bed. That was a late one. A 1 a.m. or I think it ended up being like 2 a.m. almost when that race ended.
Something like that.
Yeah, never again, please. Expect Ken Hansen and Julian Wilson to maybe pit here, maybe not. Well, no, Julian's a couple laps down. Is Hansen a couple laps down, or is he on the lead lap? Is he the leader?
No, Hansen is the leader.
So Julian Wilson going to be hoping for this 94 pit so he can take a wave around, I believe. See if Ken elects to pit, or if he's going to try to take some track position back here. I want to again give a special thank you and shout out to our friends at Team Speedland. I see Bob Gibson there in the 46 for being tonight's presenting sponsor of the race, for bringing us out to the track tonight. And thank all the drivers and folks there to get things done. Bring us out to the track. Looks like Ken's gonna come down pit lane. So that'll give the lead back to Matt Stern in the 4. All right, Ricky. Matt Stern's leading us back to green. He's done a good job the last couple of restarts with being on the point.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, Joe. We're getting 42 out of 70 laps. Going to be coming back here with about 28 laps to go.
Yep.
I thought I had the right math.
You do.
Oh, that's good, though.
Yeah. I'm proud of you. You're learning. Those arithmetic courses we sent you to, they worked. Take us back to green. Alright, well, we're back green. Ricky didn't take us back. That's okay. Matt Stern with control for the restart.
To the lead here, coming down into turn one, leading this big single file line. Keith McLean already looked to the inside on Herman Mariso, but he doesn't have the momentum yet.
Everyone's still trying to enter under caution.
Oh, you got the 77 and the 59 around, Joe.
Oh, this was a big one. Yeah, 77 just didn't go?
Yeah,
Harold
looks like something
Johnston?
happened with the 77 there. I don't know, Joe. Maybe he was having an issue shifting, but he didn't shift. Low speed collision, though. 77 got a pretty good shot on the wall, but everyone else got that pretty unscathed. So I guess we'll just rack them back up and try again.
On board with Steve Rubino. Sometimes you just part the seat for yourself, huh?
Yeah, sometimes they just part by themselves.
Oh, that 77 took a nasty hit to the pit wall. Hopefully all the crews down there are okay. Yeah, caution's out. Ricky, if you could buy any car from the year 1995, what car would it be? Or vehicle. It could be a vehicle. Any vehicle.
That's too hard. There's too many.
I would love a 1995 Dodge Dakota. That's what I'm on right now. Just because we had one growing up as a kid.
Oh, yeah, Dakota. For some reason, I thought you said Durango, and I got confused. I was like, it's okay.
That wasn't a thing. Really just any square body pickup truck.
Oh, yeah, that'd be fun, too.
I hope everyone out there has enjoyed their weekend of racing. We've extended it throughout the rest of this week. Night with HOBO Racing Cup Series, and tomorrow night, TMP Winter Series heads to Lee Speedway. Then on Thursday night, we're back live with our friends at the Bomb Squad Racing League for their Cup Series race from Martinsville. And then the NSCRA celebrates their Daytona 500K from, you guessed it, the Daytona International Speedway. That was a tough one, wasn't it, Ricky? Coverage kicking off 9 p.m. Eastern time for that one. Those races are going to be live right here only on JTN, presented by our friends at Scheme Haven, your new motorsports paint scheme repository, and that's schemehaven.com. From our very own Dewey Schramm, by the way, at Scheme Haven. So go show Dewey some love, give him some traffic on the website. Also, like to remind you folks, you can follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook, JoeTowNetwork, on Instagram, JoeTowNetwork, on X, you guessed it, JoeTowNetwork, on TikTok, JoeTowNetwork, and of course right here on YouTube, JoeTowNetwork. Also have at Fake Racers over on X for Fake Racers podcast content. That show, of course, over on JTN too if you want to watch the video form, or if you need something to listen to while you're at work, while you're driving, pull up your favorite podcast platform app and search Fake Racers Podcast. You can listen to the audio version. We'd appreciate it if you did so. You can add it to your favorites, set it to automatically download to your device, and yeah, help us out a little bit. We'd appreciate it. Right, Ricky?
All right.
Ricky, if you could have anything in the world, what would it be?
What was it?
Anything in the world, what would it be?
A hamburger.
You're hungry right now?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, I can talk to catering to get you a hamburger if that's, I mean, if that's really what you, like, the one thing you'd want.
Yes.
Ricky's like, I'm gonna put that to the test. What kind of hamburger?
Yes.
Okay. Any toppings? No toppings? Nothing?
I don't know how to answer that, Joe. I was just goofing with you.
Oh. Kathy, that's what I was gonna. I was gonna do it. I don't have his address, but I was gonna do it.
Don't do it.
DoorDash you a hamburger. But nope, Ricky's got to be in one of his silly, goofy moods.
I'm in a silly goof mood.
You're always in a silly, goofy mood. What would you be if you weren't in a silly, goofy mood?
A Gilly Sufi mood.
Going back green with 23 laps to go. Matt Stern with control. Herman Reese there in second. Keith McLean in third. You want to drink some Haviland?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And back away we go. 23 laps to go here from Daytona. Another good restart. Top 10 or so. Able to get free and clear. Rest of the field following suit behind. Herman Reese already starting to back up to the 28 car of McLean. Caution.
Caution back out here, Joe. I'm not really sure what that one is. Who gets running slow on the apron? I don't know if that pertains to that. Oh, he might have blown up, Joe.
Huh. Well. What do you think about the economy?
I think that there needs to be more. Yes. Less
right.
no.
Okay.
We have plenty of letters to write out yes, but we don't got enough to write out no.
What? Ricky, I'm confused.
I'm refused.
Okay. What do you think about burnt toast?
I like a nice crispy toast.
You like a nice crispy toast? What's your like go-to topping on toast? Is it just plain old butter?
Yeah, maybe some jelly.
Oh, a little bit butter and jelly, or just jelly? Ricky does not know the answer to this question. It is too complex for his brain.
What'd you say it was?
Butter and jelly, or just jelly?
Oh, butter and jelly, yeah. You put the butter on there first, then you let it melt, and then you put the jelly on there.
Okay, all right. You know what I need to figure out? When you get toast at like a diner, it just tastes so much better. Why is that? You know?
I think it's because they put it on a griddle usually, as opposed to just putting it in a toaster.
Hey, Ricky. All right. Well,
What?
guess I'm. What are you doing? It's just. You're a silly guy, you know? You know that?
I am.
Think about it. This is where Fox would be showing you the same 3 commercials over and over again. As Herman Reese just wrecked coming to pit road almost. Okay. Kathy, that is true. Everything does taste better when someone else makes it. Truer words have never been written. Although there is something satisfying about cooking something and it tasting good. Folks, don't forget to get, don't forget to check your calendars. Make sure you're not forgetting any broadcast that's going to be here on JTN. And if you don't want to forget a single broadcast, you'll get notifications straight to your phone. Click subscribe and click the bell icon next to that subscribe button. It'll send you notifications anytime we go live or new content is posted here on JTN, the JoeTow Network. Also, make sure you're following us on our secondary channel, JTN2. That's the home for all of our non-live, long-form content, like the Fake Racers podcast, Oof Sides, and much, much more. And we always encourage you, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to both channels, and also make sure you're following us on our social media at JoeTowNetwork. Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. We're on all those wonderful platforms. That way we can keep you up to date on everything JTN. Cars that didn't pit last time by, they'll come down the pit lane now. This'll kind of shake things up at the front, because you also have some cars that pit last time around, Ricky, that are coming back down, that are topping off on fuel. Making sure that they're good to go. Now, you can never have too much fuel. We are right on the cusp of making it to the end of this race as the pace car lights are out and we'll go back green next time by. So, Ricky, what do you see the outlook of the rest of this race? I mean, I can see it where these guys, they're going to be saving fuel. We could have that issue, different guys, different parts of this pack, maybe different strategies. Like, it could get a little crazy here. Going back to the green, Caleb Lingle with control. Just 18 circuits left here from Daytona. And we're back racing.
Oh, we got another wreck in the back. Joe.
And that's Herman race.
Oh, there's some stuff here.
Oy vey.
Looks like the 77 didn't get going there, Joe.
Again?
Oh, Herman Rees went tumbling, too.
That's the second time we've seen that.
Unfortunate for Herman Rees.
He was one of our guys that was up front this entire race. Ricky, I mean... Oh my. Ricky, you doing anything Saturday night?
No, because I was thinking there was going to be a race on, then there wasn't a race on because of the rain.
No, this Saturday. Alright. Apparently we're not talking.
Wait, what? This Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday.
Oh, wait, no. I'm not a... I don't think I am. I don't think I'm doing anything this Saturday. Why?
You don't do iRacing?
What's happening with iRacing?
Well, I see William Page in chat, but, I'm running iRacing this weekend.
You're running a race?
I am. Our friends over at USORL from
Oh,
right here at Daytona.
Yeah, I'd love to.
So I'll be in that race. Driving the Project 42 entry for John Peterson Racing in conjunction with William Page. Looking forward to that. We're also running Talladega later in the year. Gonna be hoping for... Our goal is a top 10, Ricky. That is our goal. Top 10. Car still has 4 wheels on it at the end of the race. It'll be a plus. This field, I mean, this field is... I don't even know where half the cars are. We are... Wow. Caleb Lingle, he is just coasting right now. He is trying to save as much fuel as possible way out in front of the base car. Everyone doing it now. Oy vey. All right, now the pace car's got the lead. 15 to go when we get to the line. Will, I still haven't seen what my paint scheme looks like. I'm kind of getting worried, though. Hope we got a sponsor on the car. Hey, Tom. And we'll have racing tomorrow night with our friends at TMP. Tom Musa, of course, the guy that gets everything going and done over there. Your upcoming races on JTN presented by Scheme Haven. Live again tomorrow night from the Lee Speedway. Coverage kicking off 8:55 p.m. Eastern Time. Racing, I believe, starting shortly thereafter. And Bob's HOBO Racing Cup Series action heads to Martinsville Speedway Thursday night, about 175 laps. Short track racing Thursday night. And then the NSCRA Daytona 500K from, you guessed it, the Daytona International Speedway Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Those races, much more, they're going to be live right here only on JTN. Looking forward to another great week of racing here on JTN. Can't thank all of our leagues, partners, and sponsors enough. A big thank you to Team Speedland here tonight. Team Speedland being the sponsor of tonight's race and bringing us out to the racetrack to open up the HOBO Racing Cup Series season. So Ricky, it's looking like we're going to be about a 12-lap dash to the finish of this race. If you're... How far back do you think you can realistically come from to park it in victory lane with the way we've seen this race go?
I think if we got 4 wheels on a motor, you can make it, Joe.
You think you can win it?
Yep.
You're saying if you got a shot, you got a shot.
I think so, yeah.
Then Wilson going to get a lap back here in that 029. So Caleb Blake will lead us back to green in the 113. Here Cody in there in second. Ron Simpson third. 66 of Monjon there in fourth. And then Mark DeSenza rounds out your top 5. Gary Jackson, Eddie Rayleigh, Steve Rubino, Slim Jim Gately, and then Monty Keller, your top 10. And 12 laps to go when we get back to the line. Lingle trying to win here at Daytona. Ricky, you ready to go back racing? Who's your pick? Who's your pick right now to win this thing?
I don't know. I think Caleb Lingle's got a good car, Joe, but it's Eddie Rayleigh in the 112, Steve Rubino in the 07 back here, Matt Stern in the 4. These guys have been up front for a lot of the race. And not too far back, but they're going to need to boogie their way on up there quick.
Boogie? Boogity, boogity, boogity?
Boogity, boogity, boogity.
Let's go racing, boys. Caleb Legal with control here for the restart. Cody there in second. Ron Simpson rounds out your top 3. 12 laps to go. Lingle with control. We're back underway here from Daytona. Already got one car down on the apron. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Mark DeSenza, the 33, coming by himself on the bottom here. Big line of cars pushing him.
Trying to get by that 66. Not enough momentum, though. Outside line carries. Here comes Gary Jackson to the outside, and the 33 is going to get split 3 wide. Rayleigh gets back in line. Here comes Simpson looking for second. Lingle comes down to block. Now goes back high off of the exit of turn number 4. Simpson looking for the lead into the tri-oval.
Ooh, 00 tags the wall there, but they keep it straight.
A lot going on right now in this lead draft. 11 laps to go from Daytona. Gately pushing Rubino there on the bottom. Now the 023 jumps up to the outside line, gets in front of Jackson in the 00, and there goes that Slim Jim car again, darting out of line. Simpson with some contact there with Rayleigh. That was almost terrible, Ricky. Rubino now on the bottom looking for a spot. Trying to get by Simpson, who started up there in the top 3, has fallen back because he was getting aggressive, trying to make his way to the front. 10 laps to go. And it's still Caleb Lingle out in front of the field. Matt Stern there in the 4. He's trying to make his way back to the front. Strategy got him mired in the mid to back of the pack. See Gately with a big dive to the bottom, trying to get around Simpson for 5th. Or 6th, excuse me. Rayleigh thinking about jumping out of line.
The 23 car a little further back of Jim Gately trying to get to the bottom here. All by himself, though. No help yet. Doesn't look like anyone's going to give him that hand that he needs.
Well, you got to respect him for trying. Here comes Stern to the bottom. That's the fastest car in town, is Matthew Stern in that number 4 Chevrolet on the bottom. He was your pole sitter. He's trying to get back to the point here with less than 10 laps to go. Monty Keller now gets into line. Steve Rubino looking to the inside of the 023 for a spot as well. They got 3 cars now on the bottom. They're going to need some more help. Eight laps to go here from Daytona. Caleb Lingle still out in front of the field. Eric Codian there in second in the 13. That Chevrolet. He's heating up the bumper of the Ford in front of him. But here comes Matt Stern in the 4 car. He's got even more help now. Rubino now drops into the outside line. And really, Ricky, the momentum, it doesn't come from that second car in line. It really comes from 3rd and 4th in line on back.
Yeah, Joe, whatever you're getting behind you, that 3rd car back is really what's dictating the momentum here, which is why numbers matter so much in these lines. You see the top line still rolling here, but that bottom line starting to form up. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, now 8 cars on the bottom here. These numbers might have just flipped a little bit and given the low line some favor. We'll see if that helps Matt Stern get up to the 113 and Lingle.
Another thing to note, too, that low line, they're not wrapping that yellow line on the bottom of the racetrack. They're trying to run up a little bit higher to help them with momentum down the straightaways and that straightaway speed that the outside line always seems to have compared to the guys down below. Stern looking for 5th now to the inside of Rayleigh for the spot. It's still Caleb Lingle out in front of the field, though. Top 4 are all clear of the 2x2x2 behind them. Stern now to the inside to Senza for 4th. Help from Monty Keller in the 028. That's that red and black Chevrolet there on the bottom. And now these top 3 are going to have a choice to start making, Ricky. Do you jump out of line?
I think they're going to have to jump out of line here soon, but they do have, well, 6 laps last time by, going to be 5 laps to go coming to the line here. You see that for Matt Stern's getting closer and closer. He just needs a few more people to jump down low. The favor's kind of gone to the high line for the moment. 5 laps to go here at Daytona. Can Caleb Lingle hang on, or is someone going to get him?
Have to think it's tense moments right now behind the wheel at 113. You're almost, I mean, Ricky, would you maybe be hoping for a caution here in the next couple laps if you're Caleb Lingle? Maybe, you know, it comes out right before you cross the start-finish line and Harry there in second doesn't even get a chance to try a move?
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, not yet, because I don't know if I think we'd go back running again if there wasn't a caution. If there was a caution now, I think we'd go back running again. But maybe when we get to 4 or 3 laps to go, Caleb Lingle might be hoping that these guys wreck behind him.
Now, were that to be the case, and we asked him the question after the race, of course he'd say, no, I wanted to race it out. But we all know he'd be lying. Every driver would be lying.
He definitely, as a driver, there's definitely a moment there where you're like, ugh. When it falls into your favor like that. But 4 laps to go here from Daytona. Caleb Lingle leading, Harry Kodiak in second, Andre Mongion in third, Mark DeSenza in fourth, and Matt Stern right now in that pit spot just ahead of Eddie Rayleigh. That low line is trying to form something up here.
They just need
to
there goes Rayleigh to the bottom.
See Rayleigh going to the bottom here on DeSenza. That's going to leave a huge gap on that high line. These guys are going to lose momentum up top. It's going to give Rayleigh a big help.
Eddie Rayleigh looking for the lead. Does Caleb Lingle come down to block? He stays committed to the outside line. Rayleigh trying to get to the front of the field. 3 laps to go at the line.
Laps to go coming down into turn 1. Caleb Lingle starting to see guys on top and on bottom here. Harry Kodiak following him on top, but he's got the 112 of Eddie Rayleigh on the bottom here. Got a big push from Matt Stern.
If you're Caleb Lingle, I think right now you're just staying committed to that outside line. You try to hold that 13 where he can't clear the 112 because the outside has the momentum, Ricky. We know that. We know that'll continue to be the case because it has been this entire race. Lingle now drops to the bottom through the corner. He's going to have to...
Oh, we got a car around in the back, Joe. This might be it right here. The 023 is around. They're going to be coming to the line. Can anyone make it? Big push on the 13 for the 66. The 112 trying to look to the inside, but no one can do it.
Caution flag is out. It might as well be the checkered. Caleb Lingle gets back to the line first. 2 laps to go here from Daytona. Matt Stern somehow gets back up to third. Eddie Rayleigh going to finish second here in this race tonight. As we get you a replay of that incident in turns number 3 and 4. It was Gately in the 023. He was up the hill on entry. Keith McLean jumps to the middle. And there's contact there, close racing in the late stages of this race. You see Steve Grant also collected up in it. But a caution in this race. What'd I say, Ricky? I feel like I need to go buy a couple lottery tickets or something. I kind of called that one, huh?
A little bit.
Hill gets caught up behind the pace car. Maybe Caleb Lingle taking home the first victory of the year in this number 113. White flag in the air. It means it's time for our Death Craver 1 to go. New novel now available on Amazon. Go check out Death Craver. That's Craver with a K. Here, of course, on your Death Craver 1 to go. The official book of JTN.
The official book of JTN.
Yeah. Keith was in 3 different wrecks, Zach. Field makes their way back around behind our Dodge Charger pace car. Through this final set of corners. Caleb Lingle, though, he will start off the year with another victory. He's been one of the dominant forces here in the HOBO Racing Cup Series. He brings it around. He opens up the year from the Daytona International Speedway. A winner, Caleb Lingle. Caleb Lingle, your race winner here tonight on JTN. Finger slip. Oh my goodness. So we'll get to talk with Caleb. We'll talk with Rayleigh. We'll talk with Matt Stern. Here after this race, we'll talk with our podium finishers. We'll get your race results on your screens. Folks, again, as always, can't thank you enough for tuning into JTN tonight. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video and subscribe. Again, doing so helps support us so much here on JTN, JoeTowNetwork. But also follow us on our social media at JoeTowNetwork, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and X. You can also make sure you'll follow JTN2, new episode of the Fake Racers podcast out later this week. Greg, I don't give away prizes, unfortunately. We tried, it didn't work. We don't do it anymore. Thank you, Danny. So Caleb Lingle brings it around, and he'll get to burn it down. He's your race winner tonight from Daytona. Opens up the year with a victory. Lingle in his Ford. Here he goes. He burns it down. While Caleb goes to celebrate with his team, we'll work on getting you post-race results here from Daytona. Again, folks, can't thank you enough for tuning in tonight. Make sure if you haven't already, drop a like on the video, subscribe, click the bell icon. You'll be notified anytime we go live. Remember to also follow us over there on our social medias. Ricky, a fun little race tonight. A lot of cautions, a lot of calamity for these drivers, but at the end of the day, Caleb Lingle, right place, right time. He takes home a victory.
Great job by Caleb Lingle, and he's got to love to see that victory lane once more.
Let's go ahead and go down into victory lane and talk with the driver of the number 113 Ford, Caleb Lingle. Caleb, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, man. Start off the year the right way, down in victory lane at Daytona. How good does this one feel? And how hectic was it out there on the track tonight with all the calamity going on?
It was crazy. This one was a little bit different than usual. We got kind of messed up a little bit in qualifying. We ended up blowing the motor on the second lap and had to change motors for the race, but it was still a hot rod, and got really lucky with the first big wreck. Weaved my way through there and stayed up front for a little while. Had a little hiccup on pit road, and then had a really good pit strategy, and that caution there with about 20 to go made me have enough gas to make it to the end. So it was crazy. It's nerve-wracking. The last 11 laps, what it was when we went back green, my heart's been pounding ever since, and it hasn't stopped yet. So,
well,
yeah,
I have to ask you this question because I said I would. But we were talking about that last run and talking about how stressful that is to be the leader. Knowing that those guys, they could gang up on you at any time. Someone's going to pull out a line eventually. You know it's coming, but you don't know when. I also said, though, if I'm the leader and it's 3 laps to go and there's a crash in turns 3 or 4 and these guys don't really have an opportunity to make a pass, I'm not complaining. Are you? That thought never crossed your mind until that caution came out, right? And you crossed the line, right? I mean,
I can't say it didn't come across my mind. I was thinking about it. You always like to win them straight
Yeah.
out, but you'll take them however you can get them. So saved me 2 laps of really fast heart beating. So that was nice. Yeah. So Harry pushed me pretty good on the outside. I didn't know when the bottom line was going to come. I saw Matt down there for a while, and then I saw Ray Dog jump down. And then whenever he got close enough, and I knew they were getting ready to have a run going into that corner, I jumped down in front of him. And then as soon as I did that, the caution came out. And at that point, I knew it was. I knew at that point that was most likely mine.
Well, Caleb, a big win here to start the year. Congratulations on it. Before we let you go back to celebrating with the team and the family, I want to give you the opportunity. You got great partners, you got great things to shout out, great folks to thank, great things to thank. Floor is yours. You know what to do, man.
Thank you, Joe. First off, I want to thank my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Thank my teammates for the help they give me, and thanks Steve, Grant, and Steve, the Speed Team Land for putting this event on. For the broadcast, and Steve Rubino and Steve and Bino for the league. Glad we get to do this again. And big shout out to the family that's watching. We've got a few texts already, so appreciate them watching. Glad I could bring home the W for you.
Well, Caleb, again, congratulations on the win here. It's always a pleasure to get the opportunity to talk with you after these races. Man, go celebrate this one. Go soak it in, and we hope to be talking with you again soon here, man.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Caleb Lingle, driver, the number 113, your race winner here tonight from Daytona. Let's go ahead and next bring in our second place finisher. He's the driver of the number 112 Ford, Eddie Rayleigh. Eddie, you got a copy?
Eddie has a copy. How y'all?
Hey, I'm doing good. I mean, I heard you celebrating a birthday. Things are feeling good, and then lap 3, all of a sudden there's a car in your windshield. How scary was that?
I'm like riding along, and next thing I know, there's somebody in my windshield, and I'm like, what in the world's going on? I managed to keep the car under me at that point, and just basically, I tried to stay out of trouble for the rest of the race. I tried to find my teammate Caleb there at the end, and I finally found him there, with the last lap to go. I finally found him, but yeah, Caleb, he's, congrats to him and his team. He did a really, really good job. And the rest of my teammates, they did a really good job. We come together on Monday to put together a good setup underneath us. So we did pretty good.
How stressful is it, racing with a teammate there at the end of one of these super speedway races, especially the one to kick off the year? Daytona is always special, of course, too. Is there a level of stress to that's maybe a little bit different because it's a teammate there in front of you, and you guys are kind of battling for the lead and jostling for position late in the going?
Well, it is, it is different. Caleb and I, we've been racing together for 20 years or so. He's got a lot of wins. I've got a lot of wins beside each other, and then it is more stressful because you want to beat your teammate, just as well as everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just special when you can beat your teammate. And Caleb does an excellent job. So he came down to block me and there at the last lap. And if he hadn't, I probably would have went by him. But he did a heck of a job.
Well, Eddie, man, congratulations on the second place finish here to start the year. Before we let you go, I want to give you the opportunity. We know you got great partners on the car. You got great teammates to shout out. You got great folks to shout out. Floor is yours, man. All yours.
Hey, well, I appreciate it. Just want to say thanks to y'all for putting this on, and Team Lightspeed for hosting it. We appreciate that very much. U.S. Army, they're my sponsor, and they do a really good job helping me out. Caleb, my teammates, Ken, Rick, they all do a heck of a job. And thanks again for Steve putting the league on, and have a great day.
Eddie, again, congratulations on the second place run here to start the year. It's a pleasure getting the opportunity to talk with you after this one, and we hope to be talking with you again soon, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it.
Eddie Rayleigh, driver of the number 112, your second place finisher here tonight from Daytona. Let's go ahead and move next to the final guy up on our podium. He was your pole sitter tonight. He leads 32 of 70 laps. He's the driver of the number 4 Chevrolet, Matt Stern. Matt, you got a copy?
Yep.
Third place finish. I know cautions there at the end and the decision to come down pit lane and top off on fuel. Those might weigh heavy on your mind. What's the takeaway here, though, being able to rally back up to third?
I was looking at the fuel and I watched the lap prior to me pitting. I watched everybody behind me dive in the pits and I'm like, oh God. And then I was looking at the fuel and then I was like, I'll just wait. And then when I pitted, I was 1 lap to the good on fuel. So I was reinsured with that aspect of it. And it was just a matter of fact of just trying to get up to the field to get back up to the front, which it was a struggle.
Mm. Well, we saw there you were the strongest supporter of that inside line there in those last 10 laps. You're leading it. You're trying to pull those guys along. Obviously, everyone knows you got a fast hot rod underneath you. How difficult is it to get a line formed up on the bottom, especially in the late stage of a race like this one tonight?
It's just all about who's willing to go down there, and if you get enough guys formed up down there, you can actually move pretty good. And I was searching the different lines, trying to, because I noticed the line above me, they were running up a little bit higher than the middle of the end of the corners. And so I was like, well, I'll take advantage of that and I'll run right in the middle of the corners. And so I was trying that and I wasn't gaining too much. Then I'd tried down by the yellow line and I was gaining, like a car or car and a half here and there. And I was just, I'd glance over at the stream to see how many people were behind me because I couldn't see, that many cars behind me. I only seen Monty behind me and that was about it. I was just trying to hope that more cars would jump down. And then when Ray Dog jumped down in front of me, I was hoping he would have done that a couple laps prior. And then, because once he got down in front of me, then I was able to push and charge, pushing him and charge to the front. And if caution wouldn't have came out, I think the ending would have been a little bit different.
Well, caution comes out. I know it's a disappointing finish. I don't know if that's the accurate way to describe it, but I know it's got to be disappointing to come up short here in this one. Nonetheless, though, a great finish for you in this 14, Matt. Before we let you go, though, I want to give you the opportunity. You got great partners on the car. You got great folks to shout out, great things to shout out. Floor is yours. You know what to do.
Yeah, I'd like to thank Hobo for putting on a great race. Team Speedland for actually for the stream and everything. So I'd like to thank you guys, for putting a great show on. I'm going to go back and rewatch the broadcast. And I just like to, like to thank everybody that's showing up tonight. It was a great race for what it was. So that's about it, really.
Well, Matt, again, congratulations on a podium finish here to start the year. Great run for you in this 14. As always, it's a pleasure to get the opportunity to talk with you. Hope we're talking with you again soon. And again, can't thank you enough for your time.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
Matt Stern, driver of the number 4, your third place finisher here tonight from Daytona. Folks, that's going to wrap up our coverage here. Remember, if you want to get in on the action, you can head to HOBORacing.com. We have them also linked down in our video description below. It takes you right to the website, and you can find out more about how to get signed up and racing with the guys here at Hobo. Again, a very special thank you has to go out to Team Speedland for their sponsorship of tonight's race, for bringing us out to the racetrack here to once again open up the HOBO Racing Cup Series season at the Daytona International Speedway. As always, a big thank you to the admin group, Steve Rubino, the entire admin group here at HOBO Racing. They do an excellent job each and every time we're here. They do an excellent job even when we're not here, folks. That's why you want to get in on the action here at HOBO Racing. With all that being said, though, the next time we're live is tomorrow night. Lee Speedway TMP Winter Series. And for all of us here at JTN, for Bristol, our producer, for my colleague Ricky Klett, I've been Joe TowNetwork. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we'll see you guys next time live right here on JTN. So long for now, folks.
3 wide for second, but Sean Whitehill is going to bring it home and win the race at Atlanta Motor Speedway.
Ricky J closing up, off turn 4. He's going to have a run to the inside. He blocks into the grass. Check this out. Hardy wins it.
Ricky, what's going on in your brain right now?
Yeah, putting on 4 big rubber shoes and 2 gallons of, not 2 gallons, 2 cans of exploding dino juice here, Joe.
Down to the tunnel turn. These guys are throwing it through there and around to the back.
Oh, no.
The wall, as well as RJ Bishop. Down in front of Keith Hughes. Oh, no! Big hit. RJ Bishop.
Oh my!
Oh,
Ricky
big
J,
wreck.
big crash into the wall.
Oh,
The leaders
no.
have wrecked. Ricky J is upside down. Magoo is hard in the wall. Tyler Mallon escapes with no damage. Everybody else in this main group, including Nelly, is junk.
Through the north chute they'll go. The 24's into the wall. Almost contact there. The 10 with the shallow entry into turn 4. It's going to be a drag race down the front straightaway. Folks, the 24's in the wall. They make contact. Turn around. Nappick goes on through the flip. Rich Nappick's going to win the Culver Block 200 in thrilling fashion.